I'm Sister Margaret Mary, and I'm in charge of the vegetable garden. And this year we have had a prolific crop because of the hot weather in the summer, and we have just had plenty of rain, so the crops are doing very well. But to start the garden, I usually start in September, October, where we dig over the ground, and then we have the boys, our helpers, come round with loads of manure and dig that in, and then we let it lie fallow. And then when spring comes, we start planting seeds for the vegetables. First of all, we order, Sister Bursa, Sister Aelred orders the seeds, and when they come, I sort through all the seeds, and those that need sowing, I put into trays, and we put them in the greenhouse or in the kitchen if it needs heat. And when everything is propagating, we then plant the seeds, the little plants out, and then it's a matter of nurturing the crops and regular watering. And when things come to fruition, we then take out the little plants and plant them out into the garden. And we have quite a variety of plants like marrows and leeks and board beans and runner beans and celeriac and parsnips and lettuces and spinach and quite a few tomatoes, which we normally keep in the greenhouse because with our weather and outside tomatoes tend to get blight. And we've had that a number of years, so we don't grow any outside now. So the moment things start coming up, I have a few helpers. Lorna comes, and she's a very good worker in the garden. And some of the guests come when they can for a couple of days to help out. And everybody is greatly valued because I obviously couldn't do it all on my own. But Sister Warburger and Sister Mildred come out once or twice a week to help when they can. And they especially pick the tomatoes and the beans, and I don't like standing still to pick things, so I get them to do that while I move on to the next job. We do a lot of composting here. I have 2 compost heaps. One is in production at the moment, and the other one we shut down and then use that when the first one is finished, so we alternate the compost heaps. The sisters who have flower gardens, they are at the other side of the Abbey grounds, and they have their own compost heap, but I have access to the kitchen peelings, the vegetable peelings, and grass cuttings. Every time the grass is cut, the grass cuttings are scattered onto the compost heap, and also the boys, the helpers, handymen, they bring around quite a few barrow loads of manure, which I put a layer of manure. So there's kitchen peelings, weeds, but not the ones that root, grass cuttings, and manure on top, and then we alternate. Then you turn over the whole compost heap every couple of months, and every time we prepare the ground, we always put a layer of compost onto the vegetable garden, and we have very, very, very good soil. Everybody who comes here says, because it's been so well cultivated and fed. Compost nourishes the plants. We have chalky soil here, just like we're very near the White Cliffs of Dover, and chalky soil is not very fertile. So that's why we keep adding all this cuttings and manure and any other nutrients, so that we have, and over the years we've got a very good quality of soil. So basically nearly everything we do grow flourishes. But there are some things like cauliflowers and roots like Swedes that don't do very well. So we obviously don't grow what is not going to succeed. But so we've got right down to a fine art as to what plants are appropriate and what vegetables to our soil. So it's a matter of being aware of the temperature and the seasons, and if they change, or it's rains early, or it's heavy rain, we delay, or if it's a dry season and we can see, we put I put the seeds out earlier than usual, so that when the rain comes, they benefit from it. Whereas some people wait until the rain stops, and then it's a bit later down the season, so things are delayed. And also in winter, I have to cover the crops because things can get frozen, but if I don't cover them, they won't propagate. We are very keen on ecology here, and we're very much aware of the international situation and countries that have been affected by the global warming. And so therefore, saving water is vitally important to us. We have a number of water butts, and when it's heavy rain, I am always out there decanting the water from one to another. So I've got quite a few containers and water butts to water and keep the grounds moist. And we also save washing up water. We never waste water where we can. And luckily, compared to some other parts of the country, this southeast corner of Kent, it's very dry, and we don't have the heavy rain that sometimes comes, but I always save the water so that I have got enough water to irrigate.